Are you there? Hello.
Yep. Hello.
You need to write that down. I'm going to use that same meeting number and the same password for all the meetings for a while.
Okay.
It's like my address, 907 Moss Circle. So for time being, we're not going to worry about security. So it's built into the password, hopefully. Okay.
Okay.
I'm still not seeing
Okay.
your video. You got video up? There you go. Okay. Well, we spent quite a bit of time, so hopefully this thing will let us go past the 45-minute mark. But what I wanted to do today is kind of summarize 3 different things and see if you can get them working. So number 1, you can see here, I have the Pro Pi, which you just got. From the standpoint of using it for the Raspberry Pi, it should be relatively simple. Just like the Raspberry Pi you worked on all summer long. Just don't play with the rest of them for the time being. Did you put the 4 programs on a USB and put the USB in the Crow Pi? Okay. So you've got 4 programs. Let me get this out of the way for the time being. And this is a list here, okay, of the commands. So hopefully you print out the manuals for the TILO, EDU, the TILO, and the SDK. They have these lists. The SDK is a little bit more involved than this one. This is a straightforward one. You should already know how to take off and land. That's no big problem. Okay? Take off and land. And then what I want you to do is to take the program down at
You're
the
cutting
bottom.
out a little bit. Can you repeat what you said?
Can you see the program up there?
Yes.
Word file. Okay. Well, it's the very bottom of all the 4 programs that I gave you. Okay. So what you see there is the number signs that's put Tello in command mode. So that says send, parenthesis, quotation, command, close quotes, comma, 3, close quotation. That's the command that you have to make for all of these. The 3 means 3-second rest. Takeoff says takeoff 5. So I've changed all the programs that you have. One of them is just plain takeoff and land. So all you have to do is go to the bottom of those programs and delete everything else till you learn this. So just do takeoff and command. Command, takeoff, and land. And then I've got a second program where it does it ×2. The takeoff and land ×2. Then you've got a third one that says box. And the box is really a square. They're calling it a box, but it's going to go 100 centimeters, turn, 100 centimeters, turn. So it's going to make a square. Then the third one is where you type in the command. So I would stay away from that for the time being. Okay. So these are the commands up there. So copy down just a couple of them, what you might want to do. And obviously, I would start with the easy one. So if you're going to say turn 90 degrees, that's relatively easy. If you're going to say forward, you're going to make sure that you got room in the room there to go forward 100 centimeters. And you're going to have to calculate what 100 centimeters is. And then 100 centimeters versus the drone's 100 centimeters. Relatively easy, but it takes a little bit of math. Okay. So yeah, you can do a clockwise turn or a counterclockwise turn. Do a flip, which is one we want to get to. So more than likely, what you're going to want to do is with the egg tosser, just do a flip forward. So there is a command for it, flip forward. So it'd be flip, F-L-I-P, space, X, and the X is going to be whatever is down there. So in this case, for forward, it would be F. Okay, but we've gone through a lot of that in the past. Now what I wanted to do next is get into the router. That way you see it. Okay, now this is another setup. So we went through setup, was it last week or the week before? So with the
I think
router,
it was.
okay, with the router, the only thing in the setup is you have to remember once you set it up, you set it up as an access point. So you might go into the settings and check them, and then you've got to know what IP addresses you told it to give the devices that are going to hook up to it. Okay? And you have the option of starting, I think, at 1 and going up to 100, or starting at 100, whatever. So whatever is easiest for you to start playing with it. So probably, I would guess 2, because the router is probably going to be number 1. So do you remember how to get into the router? Yes, no? Okay, go to your browser. This is where we start melding all this brain power together. Once you go to the browser, the most common numbers for most people is what this is: 192.168.0.1. More than likely, everybody's house in Turtle Bend is close to that. And that should bring you into the settings. And then on the left comes your bar that says status will be the top of it. We've already gone through all that. So once you go down, halfway down, DHCP. That's the numbering system for IPs. Under DHCP, go to client. And now you've got to test it. So how are you talking to me?
Okay.
How are you on Zoom? What are you using? Computer?
iPad.
Huh?
iPad.
Okay, is your mother there with her phone?
Nope. No.
Huh?
No.
Have any phone around?
None that work.
Okay, well, the bottom line is the only way you can start working this is you have to get some device on. Okay, so what I usually do is take both of my phones. I have 2 phones, and then I put them on this on this number. Okay? So you're going to go to Wi-Fi, find this router, which is TP link something, 300, 500, don't remember.
Okay.
Okay. The problem is, and the drones are very, very tricky to get on. So if you don't have another device, why are you not using a computer?
Because it's got our schoolwork kind of just hanging on there right now.
Yeah.
Our laptop.
You're taking kind of the easy way out, I think. Computer is a lot more powerful.
Okay.
Anyway, somehow the next time you do this, you're going to have some kind of device around that you know that you can get on. The simplest is your tablet or an iPhone, but you're already using the tablet. So see if the tablet comes up in your clients. It should. Well, no, see, you can't change numbers on a tablet. I don't think. don't. Okay, are you tracking what I'm trying to teach you?
I don't know if I am. I think I am, but
Okay, well, probably the easiest thing is boot up one of the drones, put the battery in, get it going.
okay.
Problem is, this takes a learning curve in itself. And this is where the problem is now. You probably should start writing this down, because the problem is when we're on Zoom, we're using Zoom, and you cannot do this other. So you have to have, I told you before, two
What?
computers running, or a tablet. In this case, what we're going to do is just go skip this now. Just follow through with what I'm saying. First thing, to get the router, you have to make sure when you get into the router that you've got probably a phone available. And if it finds the phone, okay, then you're off and running. Okay.
Okay.
But we can't do that while we're on Zoom. So
Okay.
let's go to the next step. Get the Crow Pi turned on and running. And are you using the Crow Pi with a keyboard and a mouse, or with a touch screen?
Keyboard and mouse.
Okay, that'll make it a little bit easier for you. You've got the USB in, right? Okay.
Yep.
So once you go in, what you want to do is go down to programming.
Okay, let me open that. Oh, come on, open. Wait, program. Okay.
And Python 3.
Okay.
Or Thorny. Forget. Go to Thorny.
Okay. Okay.
Are you in Thorny?
Yep, I am now.
What's the difference between Thorny and a terminal program?
Tony, it tells you what the bugs are, if there are any. Python just tells you it's wrong, and
right. It allows you to do a lot that you have to do in terminal program, which is all text, black and white. So this allows you to do some graphics. It'll give you the ability to cut and paste, and to use your keyboard and mouse. So, and that's the advantage of what you're doing. So now in Thorny, you should be able to find the USB. You find the USB?
Yep.
Okay, bring up the program that says, I guess, take up and land 2 times.
Okay.
Got it? Did it come up on the screen?
It's loading. Okay, now it's up.
Okay, now with your Raspberry Pi, go to Wi-Fi.
Okay. Wi-Fi. Okay.
Yeah, and what do you want to find?
The Tello drone.
Right. Connect to the Tello. And again, make sure you don't waste batteries while we're doing all this playing and talking. You only have 13 minutes on the battery. Spend that, like we spent almost a half hour just getting online here. So don't go turn on the Tello battery until you really need it. Got all your parameters set up. Each and every time you do that, get everything ready to go. Okay. Then go to the Tello.
Okay.
And now you should be able to put it on the floor somewhere. All it's going to do is go up and down, so there's no problem. Put it where we can see it. Did you? Put it behind you?
Yeah. I put it far enough so if
Okay.
it does anything weird, it's not going to hit us.
Okay. All it's going to do is go up and down, so it's not going to hit the ceiling unless we make it. So, okay. So now, what are you going to do?
So then I'm going to run the program.
Right. So run it and see if Mr. Tello takes off.
Okay.
Taken off.
It's got a little loading screen. Just
Oh, well,
okay.
that means it's buffering somewhere. That's not good.
Okay, it said it did it, but the drone didn't move.
Okay, are the commands coming up on the screen? Command, takeoff, land,
Right.
command.
Yep.
They are? Well, then that means you're not connected to the Tello. I told you the Tello won't take off unless you have more than 10% battery. It will not do a flip unless you have more than 50% battery. So have battery out, put a brand new one in.
That was a brand new battery.
Pardon?
That was a brand new battery.
Well, yeah, but you don't know if it's charged or not. And we spend a lot of time. How long? Seconds are important on this battery. This is where energy conservation comes in.
The battery has been charging all morning, so.
Okay, I'm just saying that means nothing.
Let me get another one then.
Unless you get a meter and measure the battery or put a command in. One of the things we're going to be doing is putting a command in that is battery, BATTERY question mark. Now you got to go through that again. Anytime you've got to reconnect. So disconnect the Tello in Wi-Fi in case it's got any hangups, and then reconnect it and be ready to push run as soon as you put it down. And look at your lights. Those lights are there to tell you something. Look at the light so you can see the lights. Okay, so you can see.
It's blinking, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I want you to see it. Put it on the floor. No.
Okay, let's see.
Push run, keep looking at the lights, and if it turns green, it should fly. If it doesn't turn green, it won't fly.
It turned red.
Okay. Try it again. This is what you're just going to have to do between now and the next time. Get it flying. I'm saying it's tricky. It's not easy. It won't fly if it's too hot. Okay. So sometimes if the battery's in for a while and it runs waiting on the floor, it gets too hot. It won't take off. Okay? It's fighting for Wi-Fi. That's why I'm trying to teach you all Wi-Fi.
Then it's not going to take off, right?
Pardon? Not flying?
It's not fine. I'm going to try it again. Don't go too near it in case it works.
You've got to learn how to fly it with drone blocks or tablet or something.
What color did the light turn? I'll do it again.
It's still the yellow reddish.
Okay, I don't think it's connecting to the
Okay,
drones.
well let's skip this part and get on to the next one. And the next part is we've gone over Wi-Fi. Okay, Wi-Fi. I gave you a chart in the past. Started with B, G, N. So N was probably maybe 10 years ago. Okay? Then we changed to AC. AC's got a lot more power. And now AX is coming up. So most of what you're going to be working with is on the 2.4 megahertz band.
Okay.
5.2 is the AC and AX. So what I gave you when you started with is a program called Wi-Fi Info View. Got that there?
Yep.
Okay, go into that and turn off the Tello while if the battery's on.
I already turned off the Tello.
Okay. All you got is turn it off. It'd be nice if we can get a clicker. We'll work on that. Now,
Okay.
Wi-Fi, video view, go into run, whatever
Say
it
that.
is.
Cut out. Say that again. You cut out.
Either go into run or scan. I don't remember which it is, but you want to make it work. You want to come up with a screen of, it will show you all of the IP addresses around your house.
Okay, hold on.
Working?
It's
First-
loading.
First thing will be names. Then it'll come up with a long table, just like Excel. Tell you what the Wi-Fi's are that's being used, B, G, or N. It'll be B/G/N. Tell you the speed, quality of the signal, decibels, all kinds of stuff. Is that coming up?
It's still loading.
And then these programs should work in a flash. Loading, usually that means there's something wrong.
Okay. So
Got it?
Yeah.
Better to do all this on a computer. All these other devices are infants compared with a computer.
Okay.
Okay, you got a spreadsheet?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'll turn the Tello on, and it should tell you, read all the information on the Tello too.
Okay. Let's see. Turn it on.
It's on your phone. You will need a program on your phone called Network Analyzer or something similar to that does this on a phone. Lots of different programs. They're all a little bit different. This one is the most powerful one. Usually tell you all your neighbors' Wi-Fi too. So if you look there, I can get as far down as the fire station down by the hotel from my house on there. Turned on?
Hold on. I'm trying to get the drone to stay on.
You can see why there's a learning curve to this and an experience factor. Not just a push and click society that we live in.
Right. It's a lot different.
Do another scan. You may find it, if it finds a Tello, okay. If not, you might have to do another scan.
Okay, I found the Tello.
Tell me what, and write that down. You shoot a paper and pencil.
Yep, right here.
Write down the Tello address. You're going to need that. Say Tello something, number. Remember, spaces are important. In the computer world, a space is usually put in as an underline rather than a space until you hit Python. Python needs spaces and lots of them.
Okay.
Okay, so what does it say? Tello what? Should give a name, Tello.
It says Tello. I don't know what that is. I think that's a one.
No.
I might not be looking at the right thing.
Okay, it should say Tello. This one, well, this one says edu hyphen, and then you'll have a hexadecimal number and address for the zone.
Okay.
And DJI gave it that number, and you cannot change it. So each drone is going to have a different hexadecimal number. This one happens to be FE3210. And it's a good idea Put that on there.
Okay, I think I found it.
Okay, got it?
Yeah, 56 EEDO.
Okay, I'll go over from there. What's the next space?
That's it.
Should be,
I
it
think.
should be like an Excel spreadsheet. Lots of rows and lots of columns. Take the Tello column over. The most important one that comes up next is what Wi-Fi are you using? It should say B/G/N. The Tello uses N. That's primitive Wi-Fi. Very simple. That's why we can get by with using, instead of using TCP, right? What are we using? What's the packet?
The packet.
Rather than TCP. UDP.
Oh, UDP. Oh my gosh, what is it doing?
Are you getting any other? You've got columns and rows, right? Take your
Right.
row,
I don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared.
Oh.
I'm trying to find it again.
Yeah,
Give me a second.
Probably your tablet's does not have enough power for all this.
You're right. I don't think it does.
Tablets
Oh,
and phones are made for light duty work. Things that have been greatly made smaller, like JPEG in photography. Photographers
right.
were what they call a raw image, RAW. They do not work with JPEG. JPEG is so compressed to come over the internet. Same with videos, MP4. You're doing good.
Oh, geez. I can't find it again. Oh my
Okay.
gosh. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
That's okay. Say this is not easy stuff, and you're not going to learn it just by hearing it one time. You're going to have to, as much as possible, write things down, take notes, make a notebook so you can refer to it. So when I say Wi-Fi, you've got a listing of what Wi-Fi is.
Yeah,
Know what
yeah.
Wi-Fi B is versus N. Why we're using N, what AC is and AX is. Not going to be using a lot of those, but we're working probably 10 years back in Wi-Fi here. And that's why you can get this thing for $99. Using the simplest, the lightest weight, and the cheapest technology possible. But look what they're doing with it. And they're pushing it to the maximum. They've got a little machine that will fly and take all kind of commands, give you photography and video. So play with the drone a little bit more and get some pictures with it. Do some video with it. Okay? Do that with drone blocks. Okay? Or
Okay.
whatever program you happen to like. Drone blocks will fit on your phone and your tablet. It'll fit on the computer too.
Okay.
Okay, so we now then get the drone flying. That's number one. If you don't fly,
Then it's not going.
we're getting nowhere with all this, right? So you've got to get it flying every day. Again, this is not something where, like the Raspberry Pi, you can set from last summer till now and then use it. So the same with the Crow Pi. Start using it for something. It'll do Wi-Fi for you. It'll do a lot of stuff. The advantage of the Crow Pi is that's got all that power built into that little device. Okay. How to use motors, how to use sensors, and they're all in there on top of the Raspberry Pi. Plus, you can plug it into electricity and look above the electric cord right now. Above the electric cord, you'll find that you can plug it into a normal USB, which means you can plug it into a power bank, which means it's completely portable. right?
It was saying it was able to be connected to a power bank and power.
That's the other thing that you have to learn related to USB. Let's go over that and write this down.
Okay.
USB 2.0, USB 3.
USB 3. Okay.
Okay. That is old and not outdated, still used, but it's an old one, and it works somewhere around 3 volts.
Day 10, 3 volts. Okay.
Yeah. Now, the newer one works at 5 volts.
New one works at
5 volts. So if you put that into Ohm's law, the new one works at 5 volts and 2 ohms.
into ohms.
The older USB works at 3 volts and 1 ohm.
1 ohm. Okay.
What you should do for homework is calculate the watts.
Okay.
Use the law for watts to calculate. So you'll see that 1 times 3 is 3. 5 times 2 is 10.
It's 10.
So you've got a lot more watts. Each Raspberry Pi, it goes up. The original Raspberry Pi that I gave you is a 3. Okay? E3. This is the newest one out, and it's a 4.
Or 4. Okay.
The original one was 0. So each of those are going to take more power. So when you buy an extension cord or multi-plug at any of the stores, it will probably have 2 USB outlets on them. You have to know what the difference is. One might be 3 and one might be 5. It probably is. Now they've complicated the world. The drone industry has. The new drones, the DJI drones that are coming out, they're using what they call Wi-Fi enhanced, number 1. And with the voltage, they have smart batteries and smart chargers. So now you have to make sure you know what kind of charger you've got. If not, it may take 10 hours to charge something that you want to charge in 20 minutes. So it gets a little complicated. Obviously, your drones, you want to charge them in less than an hour, right? You only have 2 batteries. That's why the more batteries you have, the better. Okay. So we've got USB, you've got to learn there. You've got to learn Wi-Fi, at least the end part of Wi-Fi on 2.4 gigahertz versus 5.0 gigahertz. 5.0 on the drone, on most drones, not on the Tello. When you move up on the drones, you're going to do video at 5.0. Control at 2.4. Write this down.
Control.
2.4 gigahertz is old, most commonly used by lots of devices. It's the best one to go through walls.
Okay.
And it will go, therefore, the furthest. And now 5.0 is much more robust, powerful, but it will not go as far as 2.4. It won't go through as many walls as 2.4. So therefore, the new routers, not the one that I gave you. The one I gave you is still in, way back when, very simple. But the new routers will have 2, 4, and 6, maybe up to 8 antennas. And they use what is called diversity. They'll pick the best channel for the best thing. So if you're flying the DJI Air outside, it'll pick the 5-channel for video, and it'll pick the 2.4. And between there, if you remember in 5800, we went over for the robots. Back to the robot world now. Right before the drones, we have, again, columns and rows. And from your radio band experience, you should know this. You have bands A, B, C, D, and E became a race band.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you have 5800, 5850, 58150, and so on. Important thing in there, and this is one of the problems with getting these Tellos to fly, is in 2.4, you have something like 12 to 14 channels. But if channels overlap, it's not going to be good. So you don't want, so out of those channels in 2.4, you only have 3 channels that you can use that overlapping.
Okay.
The next step in the learning process is for us to find the channels.
Make sure the doors are not going on. Don't make sure the doors are not going on first. Don't make sure the doors are not going on first.
Okay. Got it all?
On paper, yeah.
By the way, did you see the technology I'm using? Let me do something here to show you.
Is
I've got
that the is that
got
the
gr-
green
Yeah,
screen or
great.
is that
I learned how to do green screen on here.
nice? Oh, that's cool. Whoa.
Yeah, that's right down at the bottom on the video. It says choose a virtual background. You have to do this in the setup. And they give you, here's a couple samples they give you. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I think there's a space one.
Yeah. So now you can do green screen, but you have to have a green screen behind you. Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't work as good, yeah.
If you got dark will probably work. It doesn't have to be green, but green is traditional because most people don't wear green. So they use a certain color blue. So you can pick any color you want. But anyway, it's nice. So, and then the other thing is, as I said, I would recommend you use a computer.
Okay.
And Victoria, I'd like you to come over, or have your mother come over and get the kit with a monitor for the Raspberry Pi. Okay.
Okay.
And when they do, then use a second monitor. Okay. In other words, I can take stuff and put it on a second monitor, like Word. You can bring up a Word file. That's how I brought up the program. And then from the second monitor, you can say share screen, which is what we're doing. So I can share this screen, or I can share my second monitor screen. And then what I can do with my cursor is bring it back from screen 2 to screen 1 where you can see it. And then
That's cool.
when I don't want you to see it, I can put it back. So you can do the same thing. Now, have you tried share screen with me? Is there share screen at the bottom?
Share screen. Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's also a lot of other stuff. Like there's a whiteboard, I think.
No, just go to share screen. Okay.
There's also a screen.
Yeah. Try share screen.
Okay.
I want to see. I probably have to give you permission. I'm not sure. Screen recording. Well, I don't know.
Let's see.
Yeah. Does it do anything? Somehow it's kicking my recording out. That's okay.
Uh-oh. There's a lot of different options. There's screen. There's recording screen, photos, iCloud Drive, Box, Dropbox, Google Drive,
No,
Microsoft One.
I just want you to do a share screen.
I don't have any.
Down at the bottom, it should say share screen. Then another screen should come up on the right and say, do you want screen 1, screen 2 in my case, because I've got a second monitor, or do you want Word? I can't remember. The 4 different things. You're not getting that?
Nope, I'm getting different stuff.
What are you getting?
It's asking me if I want to share, if I want to record the screen and share it with others, but share a photo, share my iCloud.
No, share your screen. Go to share your screen with others. That's me.
Okay. Okay, let's see.
And it may take a minute.
Is it working?
Okay, wait now. Screen broadcast. Everyone on your screen, including, will be recorded. Enable. And I'm not sure what it let me do. Hold it just a minute. Well, I'm not seeing it now. You are sharing screen. I know that. Okay, evidently we need to do some more playing with it. So take sharing screen off. But what you did, you locked me up. There we go. Okay. Okay. That's good.
Okay.
So what I'd like you to do is go into that program on one of the probably the easiest one is one where I've got takeoff ×2. Okay. And just between that, add some of your commands. Okay. And each time you add a command, remember you got to put a wait in there. 3 minutes or 3 seconds, 1 second, 3 or 5, whatever. You cannot handle the commands in a rush. So add in there, for example, takeoff. Well, I've got takeoff. I've got command takeoff. So add in there between the 2 takeoff. I've got add clockwise 90 degrees.
Okay.
Adding some commands and take them away. And add 2 commands until you get used to it. Once you can work with the bottom of it, we'll go to the top again. We went over the top last week, but it's pretty complicated. Okay, let's hang up.
Okay, thank you.
Looks like I just made it San Francisco Bridge. Okay, we'll see you.
Bye.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Bye, you too.